Good morning, everybody. Welcome into day 2 of sneak peeks for the My Creative Time 141st edition release. Oh my goodness. Are you guys having as much fun as I am? I so enjoyed looking at everybody's projects yesterday. I just am always so inspired by everything that everybody makes. It's so much fun. So today we're on day 2. Don't forget that the release is on Friday morning, April 19th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The sale is from Friday 4/19 to Sunday 4/21 at midnight Pacific Standard Time. Spread the love. Make sure you use one of our affiliate codes. Mine happens to be Jill. It gives you 15% off during the 3-day sale. Any other time, it's 10% off, but use one of our codes, spread the love around, pick a different designer each month that you purchase something. It gives us a little bit of a commission when you purchase with our code name. So I actually get a little bit of money coming in, which helps me and my son, our family. This is a wonderful thing that Emma is doing. So thank you, Emma. And I look forward to diving into my projects for day 2 of Sneaky Peeks, and I hope you'll come back and join me for day 3 also. And I want to thank everybody that joined me for the premiere on Tuesday morning for day 1. It was lovely chatting with you guys while we watched, and it's always so much fun to read everybody's comments throughout the day and just see all the gorgeous projects. Oh my gosh, I'm always so inspired. So we're showcasing the paper pad again today, the pretty watercolor paper pad. I love the florals and butterflies in this, and these beautiful watercolor papers kind of remind me of clouds. But it's also just a beautiful soft watercolor wash. So you can see that I've used quite a few of the papers. I love this paper pad. It is so beautiful, and I'm so happy to see some florals. The 2 die sets that we're showcasing, one's a die and stamp set and the other is a die set. The mushroom dies and stamps, and you have the mushroom itself, the layer that goes on top of the mushroom, which you can create a shaker with this if you want. I also think these look like a little upstairs window, and I was wishing we had a tiny little fairy that could poke its head out of the window. And I was looking for fairy charms, but I couldn't find any. But that's an idea. If you have any little fairy stamps in your stash, it'd be really cute. It comes with this adorable little snail. Emma will talk a little bit more about production of this particular die portion on her channel, so be sure and watch her release. Right now we only have the one that's facing this way, but we have 2 shells, and she will deal with that, and you'll know how it's going to proceed. I don't think it's going to affect you guys directly. I think if you purchase it, you'll be getting the corrected version, but please check Emma's channel. Then you have the little window and the window shutters. You have the door and these 2 little bushes or clouds, however you want to use them. It's such a sweet die set. And then the coordinating stamps, the sentiments are snail mail, with love, so happy we are friends, you've got mail, happy birthday, hi, happy belated birthday, missing you, thinking of you, sorry I'm late, and just a little note. And these are the snail mushroom MCT 423. Okay, so just so sweet. And then we have this beautiful butterfly plate die, and this makes a layered butterfly. You have the antenna, you have a row for the stitched butterfly, which is the smaller size, and then the larger size, and these all layer up together. She left enough room in between the rows so that you can put different colors of cardstock, tape them down, run the whole thing through, and you have 5 butterflies when you're done putting them together. So I love this. This is wonderful. So just wonderful, wonderful stamps and dies and paper. So let me set those aside and let's dive into the projects. So I thought I would show you really quick what the mushroom looks cut out, since it's always fun to see that. And this is the little mushroom, and then this is the mushroom top. And these are just adorable. I love this die set. And then what I like to do is to put pop dots on the back side just at the top of the mushroom, and then stick this on, and the pop dots will sort of raise the lower part so it looks sort of fluted, if you will. And it's just such a cute die set. Here you can see where I've done that. I've got a pop dot here and here, and you can see that it lifts up the bottom slightly so that this is popped up a little bit. And you could certainly make this into a shaker. I think it would be adorable with a little fairy there, but just a wonderful, wonderful die set. These mushrooms are so much fun, and I couldn't stop creating with this die set. It was just too much fun. So let me dive in. I'll show you my projects, and then I'll try and show you the different things that I used too. So here was my first card, and for this one, I did pull out that plate die. It is the eyelet plate die, and it's a cover die, a card die, if you will. And I love this die. This is so, so pretty, and the texture that it adds in the background is gorgeous. So I hope you can see that on this card. So I have it, just half of it on here, and I love the texture that that adds. And you can poke all the holes out, but I actually left everything intact and then glued it down on my card. And I just love this as a background piece. It's so pretty. These are the pretty scalloped oval layers, and I cut a third of it in purple to create a base for this beautiful mushroom. And then this is from the new paper pad, this beautiful floral paper, and I used that same paper to do my mushroom top. And I did add a little piece of scallop 3 times underneath the mushroom to make a scalloped edge on this particular card. And the little flowers that you see are from the new flower plate die. These are the larger flowers, and I just added some little gems to make the centers. I used some purple distress ink just to edge the edge of the flowers to add a little bit more purple. And then you can see the little window and the little door, and you could even make this door, you could hinge it so that it opens, and you could put the sentiment inside the door if you wanted. But for this card, I chose not to do that. I also took these little die cuts that come out up here, and I took 2 of them, and I made a little pathway to the door. And I love how that looks too. I just thought that was cute. So there is this card, and it just says hi, and then inside it says thinking of you. There's another pretty scallop oval die, and then I did decorate the back with that beautiful new paper from the paper pad. So I love this pretty eyelet die, the cover a card die. The next mushroom card that I made looks like this, and this one I cut out of watercolor paper, and I distressed it with, I think it's candy apple distress ink or barn door, I can't remember. But I just used a sponge dauber, and I applied the ink. I applied it a little bit heavier around the edges and the openings, and then softer throughout the body of the mushroom. I did pop it up like I showed you, and this time I didn't add a scallop layer. I just left it plain. I wanted a really clean and simple card, kind of elegant. And I used this Hello Sweet Friend sentiment from the Bee die set, from the Bee Stampin' die set that I showed you yesterday. And these papers come from some of Emma's 6x6 paper pads. And I just love Emma's paper pads and all the different papers that she has, especially these script papers. So these are the flowers from the original flower die set. And then these little red flowers that I made are from the new plate die. And then I just added the centers from the plate die, and then I added 2 little gemmies to the flowers. So these turned out so cute. And then inside I added another flower down below, a little piece of the paper. These are the XOXO border dies. And I also decorated the back of the card. So there's the second card. And then I wanted to do one all in earth tones. So this one I used watercolor paper again and tea dye distress ink. I used the XOXO border die on top of that beautiful eyelet plate. And this is gingham from one of her spring paper pads, and from last spring. And these are all in the 6x6 in her paper pad section. Here's the cute little snail. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I think these little snail shells could also be cinnamon rolls on a plate. So I was going to pull the bowl die out and maybe the spatulas and stuff, and maybe make a little plate of cinnamon rolls. But I ran out of time and couldn't do it, but they remind me of cinnamon rolls, and I think you could use them for that, and maybe even add a little square of butter to the top of them. But anyway, in this card, it's a snail. You can see the little door and the little window. I did that little welcome mat right here. I almost was I wanted to write welcome, but I decided to just leave it plain. And then I just added the flowers from the flower plate die, the larger flower, and then 3 buttons tied through with twine to decorate the mushroom. And I love how this card turned out. It's very simple and sweet. So there's my third card. And then I had a really fun idea with the mushroom. When I first saw it, whenever I get my design team package, I like to just brainstorm ideas when I look at the dies. And I try to just look at everything without necessarily looking at what it is, but just looking at the shapes and seeing what comes to me. And one of the ideas I had was for a turtle. So I did make this little turtle card, and I'm going to show you what I used to create it. To make the head of the turtle, I used this die right here, as well as this stitched circle die that's in this holiday envelope die set. And I also used this little cupcake die from the holiday envelope die set. And to make the flippers of the turtle, I used the mustache die from the Bumblebee Gnome die set from last month. So this die became the turtle's flippers, if you will. And then I just added the face from the Bumblebee stamp set. And the little faces that come for the smallest bumblebee is the face on the turtle. I cut out and made a hat, and this is one of the flowers from the new flower plate die. Here's that little cupcake, which I paper pieced. And this little round cut out from this die here is used as a plate for the little cupcake. And then I added one of our butterflies, and I made a little pathway with a fine-tipped marker. And then I added a happy birthday sentiment also to the card, because I just think this would be the cutest little birthday card for a little kid that's turning 1 or 2 or 3. And you could certainly do multiple cupcakes if you wanted to match the age of the recipient. But I just saw turtle when I looked at this, and so I went with it. I did trace around this die right here to get the background for the turtle so that it would be a little bit bigger than this die. But you could also just make it all one size and cut off the top of the mushroom piece in the back to make the backer. But I hand traced and cut a piece out so it would be a little wider, and that gave me a place to glue the head, and it made it easier to glue the flippers. So that's how I did it. And certainly if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I will try and answer them. And then this is just the eyelet rectangle dies, the pretty scallop rectangle dies to create the base of my card. Inside, I use the XOXO border dies. I added a little bit touch of orange paper to match the orange from the front of the card. And that is it for this one. I didn't decorate the back. I kind of ran out of time tonight. So those are all the projects using the mushrooms. And then I also did this card for the butterfly. This showcases the new butterfly. And this uses the beautiful rainbow Stampin' Die set. And I also use that tiny flower plate, the tiny flowers, to make one of the rainbow half circles out of flowers. And this card says, "Never lose hope," and it's going to go to a friend of mine who is battling cancer. And I just love how this turned out. Here's, you can see the new larger flower from the flower plate die and the leaves from the leaf plate die. And then 2 little clouds, which come with the whole rainbow Stampin' Die set. And then inside it looks like this, with a little flower and the smaller size pretty scalloped rectangle. And I didn't decorate the back of this one either. Oh my goodness. Okay. So then my last project to share with you guys, I made 3 little tags to showcase the butterflies and how simple these are to make and what a joy they are to make also. And I love that you could do this and then send this to a friend in Happy Mail, and then they could use these on their spring and summer projects. So this uses Emma's tall scalloped tag dies, the stitching dies, and then of course the butterfly plate die to make the beautiful butterflies. So I just thought that was a fun way to showcase this die set. I do have some other ideas on some card ideas for using the butterflies, but I just ran out of time, and I made so many projects. I don't like my videos to get too long. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing everything that I shared for day 2. And if you missed day 1 of sneak peeks, be sure and go back and take a look at that video so you can see all of the projects that I created. I had a lot of fun playing with that. The beautiful bee, honeybee, what is this called, you guys? The bee tag die. Oh my gosh. And the flower dies, the flower plate die. And I just had so much fun making the different flowers that I shared. And I especially had fun doing the lilacs and the hyacinths. And again, these use the Prim Heart dies as the base of the flowers, and then the flower plate die. And I'm just layering the flowers over and over again after inking them up. And I just had so much fun playing with everything yesterday too. I cannot wait to play with the dies for day 3 and show you all of my projects. And don't forget about the beautiful rolled flower dies too. I made some little felt ones that I could give as Mother's Day pins, and I just put them onto a tag. So there's so many fun things in this release, and I cannot wait to share day 3 with you. I hope you have enjoyed looking at all of my projects for today, and that you are enjoying sneak peeks, and that you will enjoy hopping around and seeing all of the projects that everyone is making and sharing, so that you have lots of inspiration for whatever products you decide to order. So thank you so much for joining me on this video, and I will see you tomorrow for sneak peek day 3, and of course on Friday the big release and the giveaway. Don't forget to leave comments everywhere, and the winner will be drawn and shared, of course, over on Emma's channel for My Creative Time. All right, everybody, take good care. And again, thanks for watching my videos and leaving such wonderful comments. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps me and my channel, and also gives some money to me and my son for food. Isn't the food prices crazy? Oh my goodness. All right, everybody, bye now.